Even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Even when it don't feel right, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. She be calling on a Monday, wanna meet on Tuesday, asking me to fix me up real nice. She can wait until the weekend, she wants off the deep end, telling me to bring the stuff I like. I don't wanna let her down, so I'm telling her yes. Going kinda down from the pain in my chest, but I'm putting her aside now. I'ma feel her right now, happy from the stuff I know she likes. I've been trying my luck every day of the week, yeah. With my baby, what's up? Ay, always down every week, yeah. Know I love her too much, but I just can't get enough. She's slipping through the cracks, coming blood. She know what's up, can't get enough. Yeah, even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Oh yeah, even when it don't feel right. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. We been chilling on the Wednesday, slept until it's Thursday. She don't wanna leave me, not just yet. Told me all about last Friday, but she went all crazy. Didn't go to bed till Saturday. I don't wanna go without, so I asked her to stay. Though she broke my heart in a million ways, but I'm putting that aside now. I'ma feel her right now, happy just as long as she's with me. I've been trying my luck every day of the week, yeah. With my baby, what's up? Always down every week, yeah. No, I love it too much, but I just can't get enough. She's slipping through the cracks, coming up. She know what's up, yeah. Can't get enough, yeah. Even when it don't feel right, hey, I still wanna party with her. Even when it don't feel right, yeah. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Yeah. Even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Oh yeah. Even when it don't feel right, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Even when it don't feel right, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Yeah, yeah.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Thanks for the $10 super chat, Larry. All right, we got a lot of stuff to unpack today. A lot of things to talk about. For anyone that wants access to a consult, a course, free courses, everything is below the video. Just click the show more tab and you will see everything you need to see. All right, let's talk about the Trump thing. I got a different take on the Donald Trump impeachment. See, Donald Trump never played well with others. Donald Trump has been a maniacal self-promoter. He's all about his brand. It's all about Trump. And we saw that when he lost the election and he like, I didn't lose the election. He tried to pull a Jedi mind trick on the American public. And there were many Trump supporters who drunk the Kool-Aid. And I don't think that they got rid of Trump because he was a bad president. I think they got rid of Trump because Trump has too much power. I think that's why they got rid of Trump. Trump had too much power. Trump was able to take over Twitter. He was able to amass this massive bootstrap support system. And he just had too much power. There was no way that they could check Trump, so they had to get rid of him. And I feel that that is one of the biggest reasons that Trump is gone. This is why Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest all have denied him access, because he has too much power. He has just too much power. So that's why they got rid of him. And like what happened at the Capitol, 5 people died. 5 people died during this. And as I said in the previous live stream, if it had been Black Lives Matter, or it had been the MOVE organization or the Black Panthers, they would have been shot before they even got on the steps. It was just real interesting that they allowed these white people to run amok, to go all over the Capitol, to break windows, to actually, it's reported that one security guard died because he was bludgeoned to death with a fire extinguisher. So this wasn't peaceful protesters. This was a violent mob, and they let them get away with it. And now they're trying to go back and arrest some people and all this other stuff. Trump has power. Trump had power. Trump had influence and power. And one of the reasons they got rid of him, because if Trump had did another second term, he would have been cutting a fool. One of the cops took his own life. So this is why Trump, because I mean, influence, you can get people to buy stuff. Trump got people to get on planes, fly to the Capitol, and they did exactly what he told them to do. That's power. That ain't just influence. They did exactly what he told him to do. So that's the thing. All right, so the Trump thing. Trump's going to be gone, and one of the things that they're trying to do is impeach him to prevent him from running again, because if Trump lives long enough, he will run again. He will run again. The Trump supporters are not going anywhere because he has that kind of hold on these people. People really underestimate Trump's influence. I've never seen a U.S. president with a cult-like following like this. Chris F., that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Power is greater than influence. Yes, he has power. They love Trump. They love Trump. All right, so here's the next thing that's about to happen. And this is where the global reset, Big Brother's watching you. There are many people who have said that they're not going to take this vaccine. Let me tell you what's about to happen in the next 2 years. You're going to see legislation that if you don't take the vaccine, guess what? You will not be able to get on the plane. You will not be able to go to a concert. You will not be able to participate in American society on many levels. This will become legislation that is going to force you to take the vaccine. And what they're going to do, using the cell phone, they're going to put in an app that's going to track whether you had the vaccine or not. Absolutely. Pretty much. So all you folks who are like, I'm not taking this vaccine, you ain't getting on no planes. Your kids will not be able to go to school. I'm serious. You're going to see this in the next 2 years. This is going to become a federal mandate that if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to be able to participate in American society. And that right there, because what's going to happen, they're going to pass some laws. And in these laws are going to be embedded all kinds of privacy invasion tactics. Yep, there's going to be an ID card, because I'm here to tell you, like, all you folks are like, I ain't taking this vaccine. Okay, all right. Let's see you get on that plane. Let's see you take part. Let's see you go to a university. Anything that's federally mandated, you're not getting it. Cleveland, this is part of the global reset and the Big Brother watching you. Yes, many countries are going to force you to be vaccinated before you can get into their country. No, they're not canceling student loans. It doesn't matter if, all right, here's the thing. The powers that be are going to use this pandemic to push through a different agenda. Like, look at the second stimulus package, the second stimulus check. There was so much pork in that bill. There was so much craziness. Oh, the laws are coming because right now this pandemic has impacted everything. It's impacted the NBA. It's impacted the NFL. It's impacted college football. It's impacted universities. It's impacted everything. I don't really know. I haven't been reading up on Biden's health. I don't know, but I know that Biden may not do a second term. Biden may not do a second term. Pretty much, pretty much. Well, they're going to work out the kinks with the rollout. That's why I said over the next 2 years, you're going to see this. You're going to see this. Well, it doesn't matter who's in charge. It doesn't matter if Biden's in charge. It doesn't matter if Kamala Harris is in charge. This is already written. The game plan, the playbook is already written. And this is one of the things that's going to happen is because of these new vaccination laws and the new legislation that's going to come down, because essentially right now, the rollout of the vaccine has been pretty shaky. It's been pretty Well, part of the reason is because it was Trump. Trump didn't want to do a vaccination. Do you know during the Capitol Hill siege, a lot of Trump supporters were harassing medias like, why are you wearing that mask? So that's one of the reasons. Could be. Could be. There you go, Rod, for real estate. What you're going to see is there's going to be a federal mandate for everyone to get vaccinated. In Qatar, everywhere you go, you need to show the COVID app to show you don't have the virus. Police can even penalize you. This virus will be used to strip people of their rights. You're going to see. You know, it's funny. There hasn't been a lot of talk about the first female vice president in history. If you've noticed that, there's not been a lot of talk. There's not, and to me, she's black. I know there are many people like, well, she ain't black. She's Indian. She's this. She's this. And also, I want you to think that the first black president had a white mother, and the first female black vice president has a white husband. That's very interesting. Very interesting. But you're going to see a stripping. Oh, the testing is going to be mandated that you will be tested before you get on a plane. It will be mandated that you're tested before you go to a university. Do you know the NFL, before each game, all these players get tested, and the NBA, the players get tested? House of Cards, could be. People are not going to stop joining the military. I think right now more people than ever are trying to join the military for the benefits. Scotland is on full lockdown for a month. So I did not know that. You're going to see for the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see countries across the globe impose these restrictions, impose the legislation, and there's going to be an app on your phone that's going to say, I've been tested, I've been vaccinated, I'm good to go. And in that app, this is where it gets really, really insidious. They're going to be able to track where you go. They're going to be able to track who you're hanging out with. They're going to be able to track what you're eating. They're going to be able to track everything about you because this is one of the things with apps. Do you know that the Facebook app, when you put the Facebook app on your phone, it goes through your contacts. Many apps that you put on your phone will go, like Snapchat app does that, Cash app does that. All of these apps will go literally crawl through your phone to see what's on your phone. And I guarantee you that this vaccination app is going to do something very similar, and it's going to monitor your location. It's going to monitor your comings and going. They're going to know so much about you because of this app. It's coming. And the global reset. Well, they had to get rid of Trump. Trump has too much power. Trump had too much power, and Trump was not playing the game. Trump was playing his game. He wasn't playing the game. Well, here's the whole thing. And one of the reasons that the vaccination program has been clunky is we had the Trump administration. Trump doesn't want to wear a mask. He doesn't want to encourage anyone to wear a mask. And that to me is one of the most ridiculous conversations to wear a mask, not to wear a mask. It's crazy. Look up the lockstep and 230 agenda. Oh, I will. See, I'm not even getting into that with y'all. Righteous Media Group, they can't force you to take a vaccine. It's un-American to force someone to do something. Really? Righteous Media Group, do you drive in the United States of America? If you drive, you were forced to get a driver's license. If you drive in the United States of America, you was forced to carry car insurance. These are laws that are forcing you to do things. So think about that while you're sitting there like, they can't force you to take. For the public good, they can and will create legislation that will force you to take the vaccine. Or you just going to have to go out and get you a place up in the woods and live by yourself apart from humanity. Can you tell me your definition of black, please? Your ancestry comes from Africa. That's pretty much it. She's black too. People are already willing to give up their rights voluntarily on account of safety. Pretty much. This is coming. Guess it'll be a while till you can be fully black before occupying the top spot. Pretty much. I'm not even paying no attention to Bitcoin. Historically, Bitcoin it's going to crash again. I don't know when. I cannot predict it. I'm not watching it. But yeah, I still feel the same way about Bitcoin. Because here's the thing. Bitcoin, let's see, what is the price of Bitcoin today? It's $38,000. So at that price point, you can't afford a whole Bitcoin. You know? There's going to be a global reset. Yes, our phones listen to us. Alexa, Google Home, these devices are always listening. They're always listening. Alexa, shut up. Like I said, they're always listening. Nope. Celebrities, this is what's going to happen. You're going to see a campaign to take the vaccine that is going to be led by celebrities, athletes, famous people. They're going to be the first ones to take it. And they're going to use their popularity and fame to urge other people to take it. Pretty much. But Trump, if Trump lives long enough to run again, he's a force to be reckoned with. Fluid flows. This is all of these apps do this. Every app on my phone. Let's see. Every app on my phone crawls through my phone. This is why I say there's the end of privacy. There is no such thing as privacy. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, if you have any of these apps on your phone, you have no privacy. If masks do nothing, why do doctors wear masks when they're performing surgery? Once again, that's a stupid conversation. We're not even going to have this. Well, here's the thing. It's not what I'm okay with. The goal is to not get you vaccinated. Okay, let's be 100% clear about that. The goal isn't to get you vaccinated. The goal is to get the app on your phone so they can monitor what you're doing. That's the goal. The goal, the vaccination, because essentially I have known about 30 people with COVID. And out of the 30, one I feel has died. And I say that because her phone is off. I texted her. She never texts back. Her phone got shut off, so I think that she's gone. So 29 people survived and one died. I got one friend who had it. You wouldn't even know she had it because she was just cutting up on Snapchat. So it really depends. I'm not having this conversation with you folks about masks. Oh yeah, because essentially, it's a stupid conversation. Because if masks don't work, why do doctors and people who operate on you and open you up wear masks if masks don't work? That's just stupid. They already force us to take vaccines. Yes, my assistant recently had a baby. And the number of shots and stuff, the shot schedule is staggering for all these vaccines and stuff. Like I said, you're not going to be able to go to college. You're not going to be able to get on a plane. You're not going to be able to enter certain stores. You're not going to be able to participate in certain segments of America unless you take this vaccine. Get the app. On your phone, and you're going to have to be tested. You're going to have to get the vaccine. You're going to have the app on your phone. This is going to roll out in the next 24 months because COVID ain't going nowhere in 2021. Black's not a recognized national athlete. That's funny. My uncle in the nurse home got the vax. My other uncle worked at UPS, got the vax. It is what it is. Like I said, there are many of you, Erica Williams, who I ain't taking the vaccine. You will not be hopping on the airplane unless you do that. I'm going to see how many folks who are like, I ain't taking this vaccine. I ain't taking it. They can't force me. Really? Well, you can't travel. You can't do certain things. You can't participate in American society. I have a feeling that some people who said they were not going to take the vaccine going to be taking it. I said that people thought I was crazy. Oh, there's all kinds of craziness going on with this vaccine. But once again, next 24 minutes, you're going to see them mobilize because, see, Biden is going to push the vaccine. Biden's going to push the vaccination program. They're going to allot money. And with the Democrats controlling the House, the presidency, and the Senate, you're going to see them. I'm going to start doing stimulus check videos because this is about to be real. About to be very real. The Jewish population doesn't take any vaccine. That would not be true. And if that is true, it's about to change. It's going to be coming from the federal level. Essentially, and what's going to happen is these corporations are going to be in bed with this. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Because all these folks are like, they can't force me. Right now, your kid has to be vaccinated with certain vaccines before they can go to school. Right now, they're forcing people to take vaccines. Right now. And this is kind of like, well, they ain't going to force me. All right. I have no clue. I have not been keeping track of it. People don't read the privacy policy when they install these free apps. Nope. Like one of the things I noticed, does being economically well help off going into this global reset? Absolutely. That's going to be something else that I'm going to talk about. Be real. You take this shot or you lose your job. Guarantee you they'd be taking that shot. Guarantee you. Pretty much. I mean, it's going to be legislation talking about this vaccine. I thought blockchain already did that. Drake Chap, if you spend $1,000 on Bitcoin and it goes up to 100,000, you only made $5,000. No, one doesn't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, but if one bought a whole Bitcoin like I did back in the day and cashed out on top, that's where you make your real money. The dollar, oh, no, I don't think the dollar value is going to go down at all. Who knows? Yeah, I saw that. 140,000 women lost their jobs in December. That was crazy. If you people were getting 2,000 a month stimulus checks, do you think the rise would have happened? Randy, I don't think so. And with the Democrats in office, that's a very real possibility. Yeah, because they're going to use celebrities, they're going to use famous and rich people to market this. I mean, here's the thing. Right now, you've got people who are like, all right, let me go ahead and give you an old example of this. Many people who were reading books said they would not read books on Kindle. They liked having physical books. And there was kind of like a war about this. It's like, you can't make me. I like the turning pages and all this other stuff. Guess what? Many of those people have sold their book collections and bought Kindles. The same people who are like, you can't make me. I'm not going to do it. Nope, 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 nope. Mark my words. There will be many people who are like, I ain't taking this vaccine. And they're going to be like, rolling up the sleeve and they're going to be taking it. They will be taking it. Privacy left in 2018. All right, I have to check that out because essentially these apps are insidious. These apps are tracking your moves. Like, I got Alexa. I mentioned Alexa's name and she piped up. Alexa, Google, they're always listening. They're always. And with big data, they have the ability to collate all of this information in a usable format. So it's real. You're going to use the population as your guinea pig. Get money, get money. Celebrity endorsements are still very valid. This is why you see Snoop Dogg doing this drink commercial. No. You will be forced to take this vaccination. There will not be optional. I'm telling you. It's already mutated. Having a driver's license is a form of taxation. You know, playing the lottery is a form of taxation. Will you take the vaccination? It depends on if I want to fly, if I want to get on a plane, if I want to participate in American policy. You're going to be dead before money's no good, man. Don't even worry about that. Keep going. Many of these shots are given before kids have begun developing their immune system, which is true. We've never had anything like COVID in before. I think the Spanish flu was the last time we had anything like COVID. So that's a little bit of a stretch. You're going to see a marketing campaign for the vaccine. There's always private planes. You have the money to fly private. It's called consent by acquisition or tacit consent. It's coming. I don't know. Well, why do doctors wear masks if masks don't work? That was my point. It's like, I'm not getting into this silly argument with y'all. Pretty much, this is what's going to be happening. Look at what's happening. They're playing NFL games in empty stadiums. What's going to happen is you're going to have the app on your phone. And just like when you're getting on the plane, how they scan your app to get on the plane, it's next 24 months, this is coming. Everyone's going to be taking this vaccine. Oh yeah, you're going to see a wholly different response. Well, first of all, Trump didn't think the virus was real, even though he got it. And this is something else too. If you notice, Trump got it, Nick Saban got it, a lot of NFL players got it. None of these cats died. So if you work out or in shape, your body has a more Trump, he's a tough old bird. Trump got it. He was down a week and he was back out campaigning. So you're going to see a lot of people going to change their mind about taking this vaccine. Dark Side, I got the vaccine about 3 weeks ago. I'm scheduled to get my second shot. It's not that big of a deal. Dark Side 90, all right? He's a doctor. It's against our religion. Okay. You will be forced, because I guarantee you, to get on an airplane, to do certain things, you're going to have this vaccine. I guarantee you it's coming. There's how many folks are mentally fit to go live out in the middle of nowhere? Right now, there are people suffering in California because they don't want to leave when they can go somewhere else. Nah, I don't think Bitcoin's going to replace the dollar. Pretty much. I guarantee you, if it comes down to forcing a Jew to take vaccine to get on the airplane, those Jews will be taking those vaccines. Guarantee it. I agree. Same with VHS cassettes. Yeah, people move on and adapt. When people know they can't enter festivals and shopping malls with a vaccine, they'll change it. Like I said, right now there's some people who are hardcore. I'm not taking the vaccine. I've seen many of these folks will be taking the vaccine. Many of these people will. Just like people said no to the cell phone because they say cell phones can give you brain cancer. Now those same people will cut your throat if they touch their phone. You seen that meme of the cat? Those cats. That's how people are looking for their cell phones. That's an interesting point, Josh Barr. Asha, people are lazy. People are not going to fight for their rights. We wouldn't be where we are if people were fighting for their rights. Like, essentially, you're going to see a lot of this. Now, let me go through these comments. A lot of people will be taking this vaccine. All right, so let me tell you how corporate citizens are going to win. It ain't going nowhere. We're going to be dealing with this until about 2023. All right, so this is how corporate citizens are going to win. Now, we're about to get into some crazy, crazy stuff. First of all, there is going to be the primary market, because it's been a while since I've talked about that. Then there's going to be the secondary market. The primary market is when you go get some from Amazon, you go to the mall, you go to Kroger, you buy new food. That's the primary market. Then the secondary market is when you buy used stuff. Then there's the black market and there's the dark web. Activity on the black market and activity on the dark web is going to explode. It's going to explode. Because once again, this is the thing I've saw. Like I went to the grocery store before I did this live stream, and people gonna do what people want to do, man. You cannot stop people, because for a while, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of enjoying COVID because I could go to stores, I could drop in, do what I need to do. Now it's pretty much back to normal. People out, people shopping, people doing what they're doing. But what you're going to see is an explosion on the dark web. You're going to see an explosion on the black market because people are going to be doing stuff. I mean, one of the things with corporate citizens, now, many corporate citizens will be able to do private flights. Romero, that's what I'm saying. You know, people talking about you can't force me to take this vaccine. They're already forcing you to take vaccines already. Do you think they will eventually arrest or detain people if they don't get vaccinated? Very possibly. Very possibly. Very, very possibly. A lot of people are going to take this vaccine. Like there are many people who are like saying, I ain't going to take the vaccine. I'm not going to do the vaccine. The next year they're going to be like, I took the vaccine. It's coming. It's coming. My kids attended school without vaccines against religion, doctor signature. All right, let's see you get on a plane with that against my religion thing. Let's see you do certain things. Let's see you. I'm telling you, you know, you go ahead and say, like, hey, my kids don't have to take vaccines. And I'm going to research that because I don't really believe they're going to let you go to a public school without vaccinating your kids. Population control is part of this because Big Brother, because essentially, let's go ahead and say the COVID just went through the economy and it did what it did and it just killed X amount of people and they didn't really do anything with the vaccine. This pandemic is an excuse for them to put certain policies into place and use the pandemic as an excuse to do it. Pretty much. Some doctors and nurses don't get vaccinated. Hey, once again, I'm going to look that up and see if you can send your kid to school without being vaccinated. I'm just going to look that up. Saban was back the same week because I'm noticed like not one NFL player has died from COVID. Not one NFL. Cam Newton got it. A lot of people hear that a bunch of players for Ohio State has it. Depending on the hospital, they will fire doctors and nurses if they don't act. Like I said, y'all just look what happens in the next 24 months. You know, it's kind of funny. I was watching some NFL games, and I noticed which stadiums had fans and which stadiums didn't. Dallas Cowboys, AT&T Stadium had a bunch of fans up in there. I was watching the Baltimore Ravens and the Titans. Not so many fans. It's funny. But if you want to be a corporate citizen, you're going to have more options than a regular person in this global reset. You're just going to have more because this is where the black market and the dark web goes. Because what have we seen? Drug use has skyrocketed. Alcohol consumption has skyrocketed. Domestic abuse has skyrocketed. People are stressed. And, you know, as one of my friends says, sell to people's vices. Don't sell to their good nature, sell to their vices. But you're going to see it. You're going to see, because this new app that's going to come out with this vaccine is going to be crazy because it's going to track all of your movements. It's going to track what you're doing. And there's a bunch of folks who are going to resist getting the vaccine. There's a bunch of folks who are going to try to resist getting it, and it ain't going to work if they want to do certain things. Yeah, because essentially, I feel by the middle of the year, the economy will be somewhat back to normal. COVID, no COVID, because I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at traffic patterns. I'm looking at what people are doing. Because you got to remember, yes, a lot of people don't have jobs. A lot of people are behind on their mortgages, but 90% of people still have their jobs and they're still making money and they're still spending money. They're still spending money. They're still spending money. Coastal Designer, thanks for the $5 super chat. Like out of the 30 people I know who had COVID, 15 of them said they were like sick for 2 days and that was it. I don't think we're going to have concentration camps. I think most people are just going to lay down and Amazon and Walmart are automating. They're going for automation. People will do Molly Percocets and have unprotected sex, but won't take the vaccine. A lot of folks gonna take the vaccine. A lot of folks. I did not know that. I know that it was down for maintenance. I did not know it was down. I haven't been on there. My brother-in-law just flew to Colorado with a bunch of no-mask protesters, but had to sit for hours because they wouldn't take a plane off until they wore masks. I'm telling you. They actually still have exemptions in some states. Not all kids are required to take vaccines. All right. I want you to understand what just happened. I want you to understand just what happened. The state of Georgia elected not one, but two Democratic senators. Two. They elected two. Election night, Joe Biden was flipping states like he was flipping dominoes. There is a greater force here at work. And a lot of folks, there's a huge difference between sending your school and not getting vaccinated and wanting to get on a plane and wanting to do certain things. But I'm going to look up all of these stuff about these folks who's like, and they made a law in some states you can vaccinate your children without permission as long as they're age 11 years older. I don't know that. I don't have small kids. We will see. Buffalo Bills. Aaron, all right. I'm gonna do this because I just find it hard. We will see. We will see. All vices have exploded. I think the foreclosures are going to start in 2022. Yeah, the Bills have a really, really good team. Walmart already sells 3 times more stuff than Amazon. And here's some for you to think about. If there wasn't so many Walmart hairs, then if one person had all of the Walmart stock, that would be the richest person in the world, not Jeff Bezos. Pretty much, most folks are just going to take that vaccine. I'm not. It's not whether I'm all for taking the vaccine. I'm just trying to tell you what's about to happen. That's all I'm trying to do. Like many corporations, the airlines, the universities, the military, they're all going to be on board with this. I guarantee it. Yeah, I know there's a huge homeschool population, but most kids go to public school. The majority of kids go to public school, so we will see. Like I said, I mean, this is the time to start a business. This is the time. This is the time to become a corporate citizen. Let me see. How many kids are in public school in the U.S.? 50 million kids are in public school in the U.S. 50 million. I don't think we even have anything close to 50 million kids being homeschooled. 50 million. So, if you want to prepare for this global reset, you want to put yourself in the position where you have options. You want to put yourself in the position where you can call the shots and you can set certain things up. You want to position yourself to win, because during this global reset, it's going to impact average people and poor people more so than any other group. That's who's going to take it on the chin. That's who's going to be catching HELL. $50 million kids in public school, Erica. I don't think homeschooling even approaches a tenth of that. Let's see. That is funny. $2.5 million versus 50 million. Like I said, they ain't even close. So what you want to do is become a corporate citizen, because during this global reset, you're going to see some strange stuff. You may actually see the introduction of UBI in the next 24 months. You may actually see that. But at what cost to your personal freedoms? Because essentially the powers that be, like Trump, because Trump wouldn't play ball. That's why Trump is gone. Trump was about Trump. Trump was about Trump policy and all this other stuff. So what you're going to see, and we're going to see some crazy stuff in 2021. We're going to see some crazy stuff that's going to happen. And now in about 10 days, we're going to see the Joe Biden show and the Kamala Harris show. And I want you to think about this. There's not been a lot of talk about the first female vice president in U.S. history. There has not been a lot of talk about that. It's very interesting. It's been talks about Joe Biden's health and all this other stuff. And if Joe dies 2 years into his presidency, we will have the first black female president. I mean, that's something to think about. All right. That's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good night.